The biological importance of oral sex. This is a really interesting article that we found on Mike.com, written by Jenny Kuttner. And she brings up a number of different studies that talks about the biological importance. So, for example, research has shown that swallowing semen could potentially reduce a life-threatening pregnancy-related condition, which is, it's not written on here, but it's preeclampsia. And also, this can, in turn, boost chances of successfully carrying a pregnancy to term. So, obviously, you see that's a benefit for the species.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's great.
We have
any reason.
Another study in 2013, quote from the article, the research showed that men who were most likely to report getting their partner to orgasm during oral sex were more likely to think their woman was sought after by other men. Therefore, the more eager men are to please partners believed to have better options, the more likely they may be to perform cunnilingus to keep their mates from cheating. Interesting. There's also some evolutionary components. We'll get into that after our 5 words. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Cunning info about cunnilingus.
This doesn't blow.
Study, not hard to swallow.
Oh, Sam!
I get it.
That is intense.
I get it. You get it?
Again.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I want to find out, why is it called
It
cunnilingus?
makes sense.
Why is it what is the cunnilingus?
It's probably some
like
Latin
tongue.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
what is the...
I'm going to look it up.
Look it up. You look it up.
He's a cunning linguist, James. That's from like...
Does it make sense to you, though, that there's always... I think when we think about like having a biological reason for anything, and then when you think about sex and you think about oral sex, that this would come into play also.
What? Oh, God, what did you find?
It's just the best diagram.
I can't wait.
Just Google etymology cunnilingus, because it's just these two things. Latin cunnus, vulva. Latin lingere, lick. It just means vulva lick. It comes together.
Okay.
So
in
is
the
there a
best way.
biological reason for everything that we do?
Well, yeah, it seems like this study kind of points that out. And while I was hesitant just because of the article title, because sometimes we find that these articles can be reaching just to be like, you should go down on her more. But I actually really understood. And also, it was you see this a little bit in the animal kingdom, which the study talked about as well, which I thought was interesting. And it also really makes sense as far as 21st century dating. I know plenty of my friends who are girls, I won't say girlfriends, will complain about guys that are hesitant to go down on them because it seems like maybe the guy isn't into them, or the guy isn't experienced sexually.
He might be intimidated.
Yeah, not willing to provide for them. So
yeah.
it does have greater implications what people do in the bedroom, and I won't limit it to guys, girls as well.
Right.
Animals that are into oral sex.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yep.
Orangutans.
Bonobo monkeys.
Bonobo
monkeys.
Right.
And fruit bats.
Yeah, fruit bats.
Yeah, fruit bats got busy in this article.
The female bats who received oral sex before intercourse were found to last longer during copulation, which is the opposite of my experience with humans.
There was also in one of the articles, because Amir sent us a bunch on this topic.
Amir, what are you doing with all those articles,
You could say
friend?
that we're cunnilingus scholars.
Yeah,
Jeez,
and
why are you so interested?
In another one of the articles, it talked about that when you swallow semen, your body gets used to it, and that because your body's used to it, it's not going to view it as something foreign when you finally are pregnant, which also then made the leap to say that, or maybe it's not a leap, it's basically, it said in so many words that you would be able to carry the baby full term because your body doesn't see it as foreign.
It isn't attacking it.
Yes.
But that's only in certain women from what I've learned over time.
And again...
I had some friends who had some trouble conceiving, and one was guided toward this approach, which is just the craziest thing. Hello, I'm your doctor. I am your doctor. Can you blow him, please? Thank you. That'll help you with babies. Just blow my patient. Just so weird. We were going to use official terms, but that went out the window.
Yeah.
I apologize.
You should have seen the articles. They were not saying things like semen and everything. I said I need to be a little bit technical here because it's a very interesting article.
Dogs do it. Dogs lick, and then deer.
But they don't do it for pleasure.
Some
they do
deer
not do it for pleasure. It's specifically
It's just like I am
biologically
interested.
evolutionary.
This is where I'm drawn toward. It's very crazy. But they said the one where the women want to have longer relationships with the guys who do it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
But doesn't
It's
that
a
make
key.
sense?
That
Doesn't that
makes
make
sense.
sense to you? Doesn't
Yes.
that add
It's
up?
satisfying.
It absolutely does. Absolutely makes a ton of sense.
Do you know a lot of guys, both of you, that will openly say that they don't like going down on girls? It's something that they are not interested in or doesn't do anything for them. They try to avoid it.
I know that there's a there's like an arc in The Sopranos where like the rumor gets out that Uncle Sal or whoever does go down on women, and that is bad for his reputation.
What?
Like really bad for his reputation. Like, you know, oh my God, the idea of a guy receiving oral sex is supposed to be like a place of dominance where you like sit back and smoke a cigar or something while your life's perfect. And then if you dare do that for a woman, oh my God, she is in charge of you. I think that in today
Well, it was illegal at one point in the 1950s, and even before that, it was illegal.
In some places,
Isn't in Michigan, it was only recently...
I think anal sex.
Sodomy.
Sodomy.
Sodomy,
which
the
is such
case where they
bullshit.
in the Supreme Court, the names are in those cases, the names are frequently fictional, and the Georgia sodomy case is Bowers versus Hardwick. Did you know that?
No.
I did
It's
not know that.
Bowers versus Hardwick.
Amazing.
Like a hard wick.
Yep, nope.
You're in
got it.
candles.
I got it.
You know what
you
that
know-
means.
I understand what you mean, Brett.
But isn't that weird?
That is very
I just think
strange.
that, yeah, on the one hand, I think when it comes to sexual activity between consenting adults who whistle when they say the S, like myself, stay out of it. Everyone else, stay out of it.
Consenting adults, 100%.
This is good. If you're in a relationship, make each other happy.
Right.
However, it's a good thing. It's
Yeah.
a good thing. Just do it. Just do it. Don't feel bad about asking questions to each other. It'll seem weird at the beginning, but like don't lie about if it's good or not.
Oh, because you will come to regret that.
You will not come.
You
and
will
regret it.
not come,
that.
but you will regret
But
it.
it's important. I'm so happy you went out on a limb to say that, Brett, because it's all about communication, and people are embarrassed to talk about sex. And I think it does when we talked about some of those laws that, thank goodness, have gone away. You brought up sodomy. I mean, that was in place for a very, not because it was an adult having raping somebody, right? Maybe raping a child, but it was actually preventing, if you look into it, it was preventing like people from having gay relations.
Yeah, that's
and
what it
so
was.
we have grown from that, and now that we've hopefully caught up with the times, at least here in America, I think people need to just really take the stigma out of sex, and when you're a consenting adult, have these conversations. Don't be embarrassed, because it's only going to bring you pleasure.
And don't believe the internet videos you watch about it, which everyone's like,
Thank you.
everyone
Thank
thinks that
you,
you gotta
Brett. Thank you.
And don't do that.
Yeah.
Also, wrap it up, guys. We're wrapping up this
Yes.
segment, but
Keep
wrap
it safe.
up.
Actually, keep it. Yeah. Safe sex is important. Being a consensual adult is important.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you guys. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.